You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency.
Welcome back to the Clubhouse, the MCC Studios. I'm your host, as always, the Iceman. Me mute that. Being unprofessional, my phone's going off. We have our returning guest as in the house. So one of our listeners, Luva, thought he was quite funny. Said that she was eating breakfast, listening to him, and milk came out of her nose. So I said, I will have him come back. I had emailed her, told her he will be back. Here he is. So welcome back to Doc Holliday.
Glad to be here again.
Unable to do him a sound bite yet. We had some technical difficulties earlier. We will have to work through. So next time he comes back, we will get all that shit taken care of. So tell us what has been going on.
Well, first off, let me say that the new headphones and mic that you have are wonderful.
Oh, yeah, I have a new toy.
Absolutely fantastic.
Headphone and mic combo, so I don't have to lean up into a microphone. I can sit back, fat off, and talk.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing.
I love it. And the shirt is absolutely phenomenal.
My shirt's awesome.
It's wonderful. Well, if you remember the last time that I was here, we had talked about getting in fights.
Yes, and how we try to avoid them.
Yeah, and as the blue gods would have it, it's probably been 7 or 8 years since I've been in a scrap. Well, this past weekend, the stars aligned, and the planets, everything was in proper order.
Wasn't a full moon, was it?
I don't
think it was.
I don't think so. So I was in 2 fights this weekend, and in both of them I was an innocent bystander. I was collateral damage. So the first one, and I got to be very careful with what I say. Well, not really, because I would assume they'll never listen to this podcast anyway. But this was a first grade school teacher, and I'm going to say was.
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't know what school or her name or nothing, so.
Right. And, but her actions, I can guarantee you, she's a was school teacher. She's not going to be at that school any longer. Her next job will probably be answering phones for AT&T or maybe working, at Walmart. So
she might become a psychic.
Could possibly.
Do they still have those?
I don't know.
I'm so old. It's like you used to call Sister Cleo. They had $3.99 a minute, whatever it was.
What the hell is this on my phone? What are you doing? Who are you calling at 2:00 in the morning when you're supposed to be sleeping? Sorry, Dad. I need somebody to give me good thoughts. So she's, long story short, she ends up getting arrested for DWI. And she's hammered, bro. I mean.
Did she blow?
They had to take blood from her. So she's hammered. And I mean, she is screaming and hollering in this high-end neighborhood. She is motherfucking everybody start to finish, okay? So I'm standing by the back of the car, and I just pulled up, to make sure everything was okay, just checking on the guys. And I noticed, I look in the back of the car, and, after they had got her in the car, she's taking her handcuffs off, okay? So she starts banging on the door, almost hitting the back glass.
With the handcuffs?
Yeah. So,
y'all don't have the bars
no,
on the back glass?
No. So I open the door, and I just reach in and I go to grab both of her arms and push her back in the car. Now, she weighs probably 115 pounds, maybe, okay? Real thin. This bitch kicks me square in the face. Like, and...
She had them Judy skills.
Well, I snapped back to years ago. My PTSD kicked in. And, anyway, I grabbed her, shoved her up in the car. We got her handcuffed again and went on about our business. And I was really proud of myself.
She didn't have heels on, thank goodness.
No, she had like tennis shoes on. So I was real happy with myself because I didn't throw a straight right in her jaw, which years ago, that's what would have happened.
Sometimes it's just reactionary.
Yeah.
You get hit, you hit back.
Now, saying all that, I don't think she intentionally meant to kick me because she was kicking at the door the whole time. And I don't even think she realized where she was at and what was going on. That's how drunk she was. So I'm taking that one. Okay. The following night, we're dealing with a guy that restraining order, a violation of a TRO. Okay.
Domestics.
Yeah, love them.
Always a bitch.
So it's
people, if y'all don't know, domestics are some of the most extremely dangerous things we can do.
Yep. I hate them. I hate them.
Especially when you've been in the same place like 5 times.
Thank you.
You've arrested the guy 5 times, and every time he gets out, baby, I'm sorry, and I'll never do it again. I love you, and
I love you.
I love you so much, and I will never hit you again until
the
of course this next time.
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna hit you again, and I'm gonna love you some more after that. But just keep dropping charges on me. And I'll buy you that concealer makeup for that black eye I gave you.
Yeah, it's just great, baby. I just love you, and
I love you so much it hurts.
Yeah.
You. If not make. I gotta make a joke, but it happens it happens so much. I'm gonna let him tell a story, and I'll tell you one I had.
No, but you say that, and it's very, very frequent, and it's bad when you see the address come out, and you go, oh, well, that's so and so and so and so,
or they say the name, and you just know where to go.
Yeah, and then you start writing his name, birthday, social security number, and all that shit.
Checking to see if he's got warrants for the last time.
You already know what's up. So it's like 11 o'clock Sunday night, and this has just been such a long night, and or long weekend, I should say. I mean, we just got our asses hammered the whole weekend. It was horrible. And you've had those weekends, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, it's ones you just don't stop.
Yeah.
All the calls are just shit.
And when you go home, you just go sit in a chair and you look at the wall like, what the hell just happened to me this weekend? Like I really feel violated.
Or you just say, thought my life was fucked up. Well, not really, because I just met a whole bunch of people just way more fucked up than what I'm going
Things
through.
can always be worse.
Yeah, that's why I used to watch Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
The wife's always say, why you watch that stupid crap? I was like, because it just lets me know that there's people that are way more fucked up than I am out there.
I had family members on Jerry Springer.
My point exactly.
And they never learned. They have not changed. So it's 11 o'clock, and I'm like, bro, I'm in coast mode, okay? Because it's Sunday night. You're finishing up, reports from Saturday, getting your ass handed to you Friday night. And, well, one of the young guys that work with me, it was actually his call. And so I'm trying to go sit down and finish up some reports. Well, he comes, he says, hey, I got the truck over here in this area. He makes a traffic stop on it. So I start rolling over there towards him. Well, he comes on the radio and he says, he's refusing to get out. So I'm like, shit. You know, and that's what come out literally. I'm saying that as I'm driving. You know, shit. So we get over there, and sure enough, you know, Bubba's sitting in the truck, and he's got his arms hanging out the truck, and, you know, my guy's telling him, you know, get out of the truck, and he tells him like 15 to 20 times, man, get out of the truck, get in, get out of the truck, get out of the truck, get out of the truck. So we start walking towards the truck. Both of his hands are out the truck. So at this point, not really.
You know he's not a complete threat because you can see his hands.
Yeah. So.
Unless he can shoot a gun with his toes.
Maybe.
I just said that because I know how much you like feet.
Yeah. I picked up on it. Thanks. So he goes, he pulls the door open. He goes to grab him and pull him out the truck. And so, long story short, we get him out of the truck. He's on the ground. And we're actively fighting this guy. In my brain, I'm thinking, I'm the age I am. And I'm fighting a guy in the middle of a church parking lot over a misdemeanor bullshit TRO. And I'm going to have to shoot this dude in his ear. Because he just won't stop.
High?
Yeah, he was high. He was on meth. And
he wasn't feeling nothing.
And it's like, and that's what's going through my head. And I'm thinking, you know, Sunday night, and I'm going to have to shoot a guy over a misdemeanor charge, over bullshit, because he just won't stop. He just won't stop. Then he accuses me, of all people, being on steroids. I just looked at him, he's like, I have a judo black belt and this and that. And I said, bitch, you don't even know
well,
what I know.
That is possible. He could have a judo black belt, but it could be.
He didn't use it.
But it could be, I don't know if the listeners, you can go look it up. I think it's on YouTube. The Trailer Park Ninja.
Oh, yeah.
From Jerry
chop.
Springer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You don't kung fu kick and Judy chop at the same time.
Yeah, hurt
he might have got his black belt from that guy.
Maybe.
Because he put out training video.
Well, he may have had a black belt in judo, but I know judo as well. I also know Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I also know Krav Maga and boxing and kickboxing and all that other bullshit, and a whole bunch of other Korean and Japanese and Brazilian names.
I know sushi.
Yeah, sushi.
And I know some hibachi, too. Wiggy with that hibachi. I can both them spatulas at you.
Which you?
I'll chop you into onion.
What's your favorite
volcano?
Hibachi? What's your favorite hibachi?
I don't know. I'm more a sushi guy, but hibachi's all right. I love sushi.
Mm. It's got to be cooked.
Raw smoked salmon. The smoked salmon is like eating warm butter. It's delicious. I'm not a big like with the raw stuff with the tuna. And yellowtail, I'm not big on the whitefish. The salmon, yes. And there's a place I'll tell you off when we're not recording in the town. The small hole in the wall place. If they get the steak tataki, it's like super rare, very thin cut steak. Mm-hmm. Freaking phenomenal.
I've probably eaten there.
Phenomenal.
Because I like sushi as well, but my stuff has to be cooked.
It depends. Like I said, I like some of the raw stuff too. I tried octopus one time. Not really an octopus fan.
I love octopus.
But it was chewy as hell.
But I want it cooked. I don't want it raw. I want it cooked.
I don't know if it's cooked or not. I know it had the little tentacle suction cup things on a little bitty thing. It was. I was just chewing forever.
Yeah, it does that. But after we fight this guy,
my Bam's face over here is just. She eats sushi. I don't think she ever knew I tried octopus. I will try to eat about anything once to try it, see if I like it or not. If I don't like it, I'll never eat it again. But like pickles or anything in vinegar. But
you don't like pickles?
Nothing in vinegar.
Really?
No. You know what they used to use vinegar for back in the old days, right?
Tell me.
Douche. Women used to clean their vaginal areas with vinegar and water. And I'm not eating douche food. If you can people use vinegar to clean their coochies.
Hold up.
Clean their floors with also.
Hold up.
I'm not soaking my food in massengill and eating it. Sorry. Just not. I can't stand. I don't even like the smell of vinegar.
But you will perform oral sex.
Not with the vinegar, but no. See, if I was a
take
maker,
that shirt off.
if I was making of douche,
take that shirt off.
If I made douche, it wouldn't be summer blossom scented or nothing like that. It would be steak scented, whiskey scented.
Yeah.
Summer blossoms. Somebody wants to eat blossoms. Hamburger scented.
Double bacon,
like
bacon double cheeseburger.
Bacon cheeseburger. You go down, satisfy your lady, and clog your arteries at the same time.
Suck on your teeth.
That's right. Oh, God. Don't do that. Drives me crazy.
So to end that story, so we can move on to more important things, I'm thinking as I'm standing there, my elbow is hurt, and I still can't extend my arm right now. I may or may not have had to drop some elbows on him.
If he's on meth, he wasn't feeling that thing.
My back, I pulled my rhombus muscle in my back on the side of my spine. So I'm sitting there and I'm bent over, and and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm tired.
You had no young boys there to help you?
Yeah, the guy that was there, it was his call. He was young. He's strong, and he's a big young man. But it's just I'm done, man. I'm done.
That's why you help them. We're you're 50. I'm about to be 50, and it's like, we just got a new guy. He'll be starting soon. He's coming out of jail, filling a road position.
Right.
Yeah, he's like 6'6", at least 325. He's just a ginormous mountain of a kid.
Right.
Because I say kid, technically he's a man, I guess, but he's in his very early 20s. But he's just a mountain. So if I'm gonna call, if he needs backup and help fighting somebody, shit done got bad.
Yeah.
This big motherfucker needs help. It's like, I might send some other people over here. 10-4, yeah.
I'm going to stand over here and I'm going to make a perimeter.
Well, I will jump in there and help him the best I can. But if he's getting his ass whipped, I might just, not unless he done, somebody loosen the cap on something, tighten, and you get it off. It might be, I had to stump in there and save him.
Yeah, yeah.
He was beating the hell out of him for 5 minutes before that, but I got the last lick. I saved you, big guy.
Get you some.
But, yeah. Oh, when I was, like I said, and you same way. When I was a young cop back in my 20s, boy, I'd jump in there in a heartbeat. Now I'm like, God, dude, don't do this shit.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't fight.
Because, here I am. I've worked my whole entire life, and I'm going to lose a retirement, get civilly sued, get all of this bullshit because you are a dickhead.
Because you're a dumbass, yeah. They don't want to listen.
You're
listen.
a dick.
You're going to go to jail one way or another.
Yeah.
You hurt, me hurt, all of us hurt, but you're still going either way. And you can either go with this misdemeanor charge.
Yeah.
Now you done picked up felony charges. Over what? Nothing.
Yeah.
Me not wanting to fight anymore, I was on my motor. I went and they had a call way in out the way area. But I had never been in this area, but I heard them on the radio. This subject they had to deal with is he had some mental problems. He's a paranoid schizophrenic. That's bipolar.
Yeah.
So let's just add all that shit up. See, it turns in, when you add bipolar, paranoid schizophrenic all together, what it equals is a big shit sandwich, okay?
Yeah, nice little mental gumbo.
And for a little dessert, he'd been smoking meth on top of this.
Christ.
Which I do, I don't know if this comes out the right way. I understand probably why he's doing meth. Why some people with mental disorders do this is because basically they're trying to self-medicate themselves.
Yeah, their reality is something that you and I don't understand. So
anyway, I heard I had never dealt with this subject before. So they sent 2 units over there, one being the sergeant, one being the guy that worked that zone. I was out writing tickets in the area. I was probably, GPS said it was 20 minutes, but I made it in 8. But I did not violate any speed laws. No witnesses. Anyway, I get over there to back them up. Well, the sergeant's like, you ever dealt with this subject? I'm like, no, I don't know who he is. It's like, look, we always have to fight him. He'll run. We almost had to shoot him one time before. I mean, he says this could turn into a shit show. I said, I looked at the sergeant. Not trying to step on those toes, but I've been doing this longer than the sergeant out there has. I just looked at him and said, look, let's go in there with that attitude. Let's just talk to this guy calmly and see if we can talk him into a car if it comes down to that.
Right.
He's like, all right. Get over there. I spent, me and the sergeant mostly. The other road guy was just kind of sit back. He hasn't been doing it probably but 4 years or so. He's a great guy. He just don't have the verbal judo for it yet.
Right.
We spent an hour and a half. I did most of the talking. We spent an hour and a half talking to this guy. We ended up not having to arrest him, which would have been a misdemeanor domestic charge because he didn't hit her. He was just making threats.
Right.
Which was coming from the paranoia because he keeps thinking she's messing around on him when I don't believe she was. She was with her daughter, FaceTimed him, showed him where she was at. But like I said, that's from the mental illness. But long story, we spent an hour and a half talking to this dude. Ended up talking him into the back of the police car.
Right.
Giving him a ride to the hospital to be voluntarily evaluated for his mental illness.
Right.
They said that was like the first time they never had to put hands on this dude ever. I was happy because this dude was only in his 30s, and I outweighed him, but we were about the same. He was built like I was probably when I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if nobody knows when you're fighting a person with mental disorders that's high on drugs, they don't feel nothing, and for some reason they're like twice as strong as they usually are. And I'm thinking, God, we're gonna have to fight this son of a bitch, and I know my back's gonna hurt later. I'm like, God, my back's gonna. But we were able to actually talk him in, and what was funny is we were walking up to the car, and the police car. He wasn't handcuffed because he wasn't under arrest. Because I told him, I said, look, man, we ain't going to handcuff you, His wife even let her ride in the back with him, keeping him calm.
That's good.
And you could see him getting more agitated and nervous the closer we got to that unit. And the guy actually turned around and laughed at me. I looked at him and said, say, dude. I said, what's something in your life that makes you calm? Something from your childhood or something that just is calming to you? I said, me, it's the sound of the waves hitting the beach and stuff like that. From when I said, I don't know, I go to sleep to it at night and all that stuff. I said, it's just calming to me. I said, so why don't you think about something, I don't know, maybe you and your grandpa fishing or something, whatever calms you, and think about that right now. Keep yourself calm. And he looked at me and he laughed. I'm like, what was so funny? He's like, you. He said, where in the hell did you come from? He said,
I'm heaven sent.
He said, I've been arrested. I can't even count that many times. He said, where in the hell did you come from? He said, you telling me to think about waves and stuff. I said, well, next time you're going to start laughing because I told you that stuff. So, but he did. He's like, where in the hell did you come from?
These assholes come in here and beat
usually
me
we fighting and, and I'm running in the swamp and, so it worked out great. But the mental illness is bad. And I'm tell you right now, the state of Louisiana is horrible. The state shut down all the state-run mental hospitals and let all the people that are, let's just say it, the crazies out.
They don't belong in jail.
No, but we have no mental facilities to put them in.
Right.
The mental hospitals we do have, and I am talking from experience.
Yep.
They'll keep you in there until your insurance stops paying or runs out. Then they kick you right back out.
Right.
with basically almost no, I mean, you're in there for 3 weeks or so and they kick you out. Jail is not the place for these people. If they're breaking the law, but the only reason the stuff that they are breaking the law for is because of the mental issues they're having.
Right, and then you put them in a penal system and they get exploited.
Yeah, you put them in there, or they end up hurting somebody, hurting. I mean, so it's just it's a revolving door with the mental people, and it's a bitch. It's a pain in the ass in law enforcement.
Absolutely.
God, that story went straight off, not into the funniness no more.
Yeah.
All
right, I'm done. Cut this shit. Let's go. This a wrap.
Started getting all, I'm talking serious shit here.
But I think it's
serious.
It's stuff that needs to be addressed, and I think anybody that does law enforcement, anybody that's in fire services, anybody that's in emergency medical services, they know, they understand, and the hospitals understand that. The people that need to understand it are the ones that are sitting up there making laws, that are cutting money out of this funding, because it taxes the general citizenry, and it just overwhelms, responders. But anyway, listen.
They don't want to help.
No shit. No. You talk about. Would you agree that the overwhelming majority of people that we deal with are just dumb?
That large percentage are just stupid, and there's a large percentage that just wants to do whatever the hell they want to do and not listen to nothing, or just argumentative. I had a guy, I think I got this one wrote down. I got a guy I pulled over just a couple days ago. I wrote a shit ton of tickets. I think, was it Thursday? No, it was Wednesday or something like that. Anyway, I ended up writing like 20-something tickets that day. I was like hammering some ass.
Good God.
Oh, yeah. I was enjoying myself. Anyway, I pulled two trucks there. I was running stationary. And I popped the first one at 57 with my LiDAR. And I hit the second one behind him. He wasn't tailgating, but I got him at 51. The speed limit's 40, so I got a 57 and a 51 and 40, an 11 and a 17 over. So I step out, stop the first one, pulled him in, pulled the second one in. First guy, there's a lot of times I've talked about it before. He's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "You ain't gotta apologize to me." He looks, I don't take this shit personally. You're speeding, you're gonna get a ticket. Everybody speeds. I don't care who you are. Every single person speeds.
Right.
It's just when you get caught. You probably sped 100 times. I catch you once. You got a 99% chance.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You got
odds.
away. It's good odds. If the casinos were like that, they'd be out of business.
Correct.
Second guy, I tell him, "Look, buddy, I got you doing 51 and a 40 and each driver's license insurance, blah, blah, blah." He looks at me and says, "Well, how'd you get me when I was behind him?" I said, "Well, first I put a little green dot on his truck. Tell him put a little green dot on your truck."
And then pulled that trigger.
And he's like, "Well, I don't think you got me." I looked at him. I said, "Yeah." I said, "You right. I just made this crap up and just decided to pull you over too." I said, "Give me your stuff." "Or you ain't got to catch an attitude." Motherfucker, did you just catch? You just called me a liar to my face.
To my face. Yep.
Like I just decided to write you a ticket.
Yep.
Okay. You know me from Adam, but I just made the shit up because I just wanted to pull you over with this guy. I was like, "I don't have an attitude, sir." I said, "I just look like this and sound like this on a normal basis." Of course, at the end of the citation, I even show him the LiDAR, explaining, "Well, I don't know how you got him when I was behind him." Well, I'm standing in a driveway 5 to 10 feet off the roadway. They're on a roadway with a slight curve. So you're not on a dead straight road.
Right.
I can see both vehicles. So I got both of you. He's like, well, I'm just going to take this to court. I'll see you in court. I said, all right, good luck with that, proving that because you said I couldn't get you, that I didn't. I said, I am a LiDAR and radar instructor, which means I do teach the other law enforcement people in the department how to use these properly.
Sign right here.
But sign right here. I'll see you in court. But I won't see you on this court date that I'm giving you, because that's your arraignment day. You're going to take off a day of work to come to court on this day. Then they'll give you another day, and they'll subpoena me to come to court on that day too. So you take your 2 days off of work. I didn't tell him that, but I'm thinking, then go hire you an attorney, please, because
Yeah.
that's going to cost you a minimum of $500
Yeah.
at least to come fight this $150 ticket I just wrote your ass.
Exactly.
And I don't care. An attorney, what your attorney's going to do is he's going to go to DA and he's going to come, oh, look, they said they'll knock it down an expired inspection sticker or something like that. And it's not going to go on your record. And you're going to think, oh, I won it. Motherfucker, the same shit would happen. You took 2 days off of work. You spent $500 on an attorney doing the same thing you could have talked to the ADA for yourself. And if I'm off duty that day, which I probably won't because I work 5 days a week, but I'm going to get paid to go to court. I'm getting paid regardless, even if I'm on duty, to go up there and do it. So no harm for me, no foul. And even if you are lucky enough to beat me, which has only happened twice in like 26 years that I've lost a ticket in court, it still costs you 2 days of work and everything else.
Yeah.
You lose.
It's going to cost you
lose.
$1,800
Yeah,
for
you
a
lose.
$150 ticket.
You lose. So go right ahead, asshole.
Yep.
He's some guy from another area that is predominantly very large subdivisions. He works in one of these chemical plants in the area, and he thinks his shit don't stink because I don't know what does he do. He probably pushes a little button and mixes shit together or something that a fucking monkey could do.
Correct.
But he does it. So I know you ain't listening to it, but fuck you. Take me to court. Please take me to court. I love going to court. I've been on the stand hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Please take me to court.
Yeah, that doesn't intimidate me at all. Well, you talk about
That's not even my rant for the day either. Hold on.
you talk about dumb people, and
People just don't care anymore. Everything's about them. Me.
This story is, I guess, it's the epitome of the people that the overwhelming majority of my career that I've dealt with. I get a call, and another agency, and call comes in, guy's head's bleeding. Okay, came in as a battery. So I'm the first show up, and I get there, and this guy's head is split open. I mean,
And head wounds bleed like a open faucet.
to the white meat. His head is.
Oh, you can brand me some skull in.
Yeah. No, and it was skull.
Like I said, if you're down at the white meat, you can usually see skull.
So he's bent over, and
He had thongs on.
and blood is just pouring out of his head. And so I get up to him, and the first thing you seen safety, hey, is anybody else in the house? And no, she's gone. I said, hey, code 4 from medical, get him up in here, he's got a serious head wound. So I'm asking the guy, what happened? And I'm going to try to do his voice. And so I said, sir, what happened? And he raises his eyes up. He looks at me, and blood is just pouring down him. And he says, she hit me in the head with a goddamn smooth.
A smooth.
A smooth.
All right, now I'm going to need to... I don't know what is that?
I'm going to tell you.
A smooth.
She hit me in the head with a goddamn smooth. So I said, again, I'm like, a smooth? I said, what are you talking about? He said, a smooth. She hit me in the head with a smooth. The woman crazy. We were in there arguing. She was cooking. We've been drinking all day. I said something. Next thing I know, this dumb bitch hit me in the head with the smooth. I said, okay. I have to go deeper into where we're at now. So I go into the house to clear it. About that time, some other officers showing up. Sergeant shows up. I walk in the house. House is clear. Nobody else is in there. So they're wrapping him up. And he's like...
Did you tell your sergeant that you were looking for a smooth?
Oh, no. Yeah. So,
what are you looking for? I don't know. I'm trying to find that smooth.
Yeah.
It's smooth knocked his ass out.
So we're sitting there, and he said, well, my sergeant's like, what happened? I said, I don't know. He got something about a smooth. He got hit in the head with a smooth or something like that. So we looking through the house, and my sergeant's like, bro, this doesn't make sense. So I walked back out, and I said, sir, can you come show me what she hit you with? And he said, a smooth. You know what a smooth. You know what I'm talking about. So I said, please come show me what you're talking about. So we get up, we walk inside, and he looks at me. Now, you got to watch this. Bam, you got to watch this. He looks at me, and he says, a smooth. You know the things you smooth your pants out with. An iron. She hit him in the head with an iron. But he calls it a smooth.
Well, I guess
but my sergeant,
technically it does smooth stuff out. So
my sergeant looks at me, and right there on the floor, I'll be damned, there's a smooth laying right there on the floor.
blood on it.
It had blood there, and my sergeant looks at me and he goes, well, son of a bitch, it is a smooth. And he turns around and walks out. He looks at me like I'm stupid, of course.
Like you did.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you know what the smooth was?
So I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, I am not cut out for this shit. But that's the people that we deal with.
Well, I worked a crash.
And I've heard that 2 or 3 other times since then.
Maybe it's a jail thing. I don't know. You can
Maybe
also make
so.
grilled cheese sandwiches on them for what I understand, too.
Yeah, smooth them pants out, baby.
In prison,
Smooth.
they will take their pants and put them under their racks, their bunks, and press their clothes.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Because you got to have them creases when you go on visiting day when you're in the pen.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I got called, this was yesterday, because I wrote the report today. Wasn't a major crash. I had to ask people, I had to ask come to find out he was driver 1, which makes you the at-fault vehicle here. And I had to ask this dude like 5 times what happened, trying to understand how this crash occurred. It was just a little 2-lane road, each direction. It's regular road. And the damage was to his right rear quarter panel, and her damage, which on vehicle 2, was on the left front bumper.
Okay.
This guy, after I finally figured it out, this road, like I said, it's a straight road. She's going down the road. She's actually heading east. He was heading east too. What he did, he made a hard turn and was going to try to make a U-turn this way.
Oh,
and when he
my
come right
God.
in, yeah, and so, but I had to ask this dude like 4 times. I've watched, I think it's King of the Hill with Boomhauer. Yeah, I was trying to write a report from Boomhauer, and I'd pick out like one. Like I grab and read and I did it and turn. Okay, so you turn. Yeah, I turned and I read it, did it, and hit. Huh? What did you say? So yeah, I'm trying to deal with this. Now you are talking about. I'm going to show you this picture. I need to put it on the Twitter and accounts and stuff like that. This, I'll tell you what it is after I get his reaction. This was the hood of his car that he customized himself. You see that, right? All right, on his he's got an old like late 90s Toyota Corolla.
That's a Cadillac.
He done, I don't know if he super glued it or what the hell this man used, but he's got this plastic cross mount, not like a hood ornament, like close to the, like in the older cars had in the 80s, like the hood ornament's close to the front of it. This shit is in the center of the hood of his car. And I didn't even have to take a picture. I can't let this shit go. It's the first time even showing Bam. It's like, yeah, and I'm like, that's Boomhauer's car.
Oh
Then,
my gosh. That's awesome.
Then the lady looks at me. I get all my shit. I finally figure out, because I got to draw a diagram of this freaking crash, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, how in the hell? It's just like one of those, like, how in the hell this shit happened?
It's got loop-de-loos.
Yeah, so I'm like, dude, there was a, like, parking lot, like, 30 feet right there. Why don't you just pull in there? And I didn't see it. I was like, you didn't see it? No, okay, just shh, be quiet. Stop talking, man. And the lady looks at me, which I don't understand. This happened to me several occasions. Probably happened to you. She's like, "You're not gonna write him a ticket?" No, it's my discretion if I write him a ticket. Well, he made an illegal U-turn. I said, yes, and the report and the narrative is gonna state that fact when I write it, that he made the illegal U-turn.
Right.
That he's at fault. Even though personally, I don't know if she had her head up her ass, because this was all low speed. You'd think she'd had time to say, oh, what the hell's going on, and stop.
She was probably selfieing.
Or texting or something.
Facebook or
making
something.
Duck lips. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her that, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, no, well, what about the insurance? I said, just because I don't write him a ticket, don't change the fact that he's the at-fault vehicle. I said, it's called an accident.
People are stupid.
Because it's an accident. I said, sir, did you mean to do this? No. I said, see, he didn't mean to do it. If he meant to do it, it'd been called on purpose.
It would have been. Yeah.
I mean, it would have been called an on purpose. It's called an accident for a reason. It's an accident. I looked at her. I said, so if you have, like, let's say, even though it's not your driver's license expired, and I go ahead and write you a ticket for this expired driver's license, is that going to make you all of a sudden at fault at the crash? No, it's not.
Yeah.
I said, the ticket's just, I said, if I felt that he needed a ticket, I'd give him a ticket.
Right.
I mean, his insurance is already going to go up. They're probably going to total his car because he's got a scratch on it because it was that old. So, no, I'm going to write him a ticket. It just aggravates me. I get that shit all the time. People call, why aren't you going to write him a ticket? Well, why don't I write you a ticket? I told one time, I said, they're like, well, you're not going to write them a ticket for running in the back of me? I said, oh, I can. Do you want me to? Yeah. I said, all right, well, I'm going to write you a ticket because your inspection sticker's expired, and I forget they had something else wrong. Oh, they were missing one of their side mirrors or something. I said, I'm going to write you 2 tickets for that. Yeah. They just kind of looked at me. I said, I cannot write none of y'all tickets. What you want me to do?
And y'all can go and have a nice day.
Yeah, let the insurance handle. That's why you pay all that money for insurance. Handle your business.
Last night. Thing happened last night in McDonald's parking lot. Okay?
Not McDonald's.
Well, I know. Guy backs up. He's pissed off because they're not moving fast enough.
To McDonald's?
Yeah, for his liking. So he backs up. He bumps and runs into the front of a Cadillac.
Okay, it's his fault.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, the Cadillac, to me, it looked like it was old damage. Okay? There was no damage on his truck at all. We're talking probably less than 5 miles an hour on
He's
speed.
probably going 2.
He has a suspended driver's license.
The guy in the truck.
Yeah, no insurance. Okay.
It's technically not a crash, though. It was on private property, so it's going to be a damaged property.
So I didn't write it up as that. I wrote it up just as a simple narrative in there that they're going to settle it amongst themselves. So the chick gets out. She says, he was doing this and aggressive driving, and he was this, and he backed right into my car, and this is going to cost $500, and it's going to do this, and it's going to... I said, whoa, and he ain't got no insurance? Whoa, so I'm looking at her car.
She's wanting cash.
Well, guess what?
She was wanting cash. That's what she was wanting.
Absolutely.
When she automatically became an insurance adjuster and knows how much and threw that $500 out?
Absolutely. So I'm looking at the car, and I'm like, I don't see any damage. She says, right here, something here. And so she points it out, and I was like, yeah, okay. And so she's telling me how bad of a person this guy is, okay, that he is the shittiest person in the world because he backed into her car to the McDonald's parking lot. Well, however, because I am who I am, I start inspecting her car. Her license plate tags are expired. she has a child with no car seat
Oh, that's my pet peeve right there.
in the car.
God, I can't stand that shit.
So I look at her and I said, yeah, well, I'm going to discuss his problems with him, but me and you going to discuss your problems with you.
Excuse me?
I said, right now, you need to take that car and pull it in this parking spot. I said, you need to call somebody to come bring you a car seat or somebody that has a car seat for that baby. Well,
Karen.
I live right down the road. I don't care. Y'all can walk.
Oh, I like that, yeah. Well, I live right there.
You can walk if you want to. I can't stop you from walking, but I can promise you, this car is not leaving with that baby in it. I said, and the other thing with the expired plate, I said, I could take it, but I'm not going to because I'm not that guy. And she just kind of looked at me. I said, now, as far as the $500, $200, whatever dollars, that's between you and him. So I go over there and talk to him, tell him the same thing. All right.
The whole car probably was $500.
Yeah, the truck's, well, the Cadillac was a nice car, but the truck, you know, it's a 2006 Ford Ranger. It's got probably 197,000 miles on it. So this goes along with people being dumb. And I asked him, I said, and I could tell, you know, the guy's not, he probably wasn't the valedictorian in his graduating class. So I said, why are you driving your trucker? He said, man, I got to work. I said, I understand that.
You work at McDonald's while you're here?
Yeah. He's got a big air conditioner in the back of the truck.
Is he a junk man?
No, I think he was a AC man. And,
AC people make good money.
I would think. So I ran him, make sure he wasn't wanted or anything. And but before then, there's part of this story. I asked him to give me his name. Okay. So he says his name is Stephen. And I said, okay, with a V or a P? And he says, with an S. So, I look at him.
All right, got you, buddy. Got you.
I said,
Guys with an S.
I said, give me your driver's license, man. So he gives me his driver's license. And I
Damn,
said,
Skippy, it was with an S, wasn't it?
that's what I said. I said, I'll be damned. It is with an S. So I go sit, and of course I'm shaking my head, and I'm typing his name in there, you know, and it's like, these people are straight out the box retarded. I mean, just, you can't make it up.
No, it's dealing with the public. I'm going to get on my rant.
Get it.
Tell you what, one of my the least favorite things to do in the entire world is direct traffic in a school zone for all the parents bringing their precious, precious children to school because their precious children are too good to ride the bus.
Right.
Or the parents are too fucking lazy to get up a little early in the morning and put the kid on the bus because they got to be at a certain time. Or they think they got to breastfeed their high school kid and bring him to school, pull him off their titty, and let him go inside.
Right.
Okay. My kids rode the bus from a kindergarten until they were old enough to drive and get their own damn car.
Right.
Or they didn't get their own car. I tried to buy all my kids their first car, regardless. Anyway, I despise directing traffic in school zones, okay? Because the kids are smarter than the fucking parents driving them.
Yeah.
So I'm out here. I got to do it 2 times, and then I'm off. So, you know, I work 2, one school zone, another school zone, then I'm off the school zone for a week. We rotate out. Well, this one school zone is the busy one. It's a bitch. I hate it with a passion. I'm out here in the road, my little yellow vest on. Now, you know, I'm 6 foot, 290, 300 pounds. So I'm a big old fucking giant vest thing out there. It's like, and this woman, these people, they come flying up. This is a state highway. She comes flying up, obviously speeding in school zone, so I can see how fast she's going just by my visualizing it, and they want to like jam their brakes on right there, and she's gonna get all pissed off at me because I holler at her to stop because you got a 3,000-pound bullet about to run me the fuck over.
Right.
So little Bobby can get to school, or the school buses that are pulling in with 2 fucking kids on the entire bus because you have 400 fucking parents bringing
all these fat asses bringing their kids
it's like,
to school.
God, it drives just. If the general public could just see, or you want direct traffic one time, just direct traffic, go out there. I used to the old department I worked the school zone every morning.
Right.
And there was 2 of us because this was a major 4-lane state highway with a meter raised divider. So there's no way one person can stop 4 lanes.
I know where you're at.
They had this one woman who used to call in all the time and bitch because we'd hold the traffic up here too long. Her great idea is that we would let 20 cars out off the side road that went to the school, 20 cars there, move, let 20 cars go on this major 4-lane state highway, stop them again, and then let 20. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, obviously she's never directed traffic. Well, my lieutenant at the time, I was sergeant, actually told her that if she thought she could do a better job, she was more than welcome to meet us out there one morning. We would give her a vest and a flashlight, and she could demonstrate on how she could direct the fucking traffic.
Right.
She didn't take us up on this. Directed traffic is a motherfucker. Today, I was working a food giveaway thing. I don't know why they were giving fucking food away. But anyway, regardless of the fact, we had, it was only, we contraflowed basically. The entrance we shut down. So we had 2 roads coming out.
Okay.
And then on the other state highway, we coned it off where they didn't have to stop. You can just come right out and go. Motherfuckers going to pull up. Now, we have cones out, three units out there with lights and shit flashing, cops standing out there and everything. And you point in the direction, which was like turn east, that way, go that way. And they stop and look at you and point in the other direction.
Can I go this way?
And I point the other way, and they point the other direction. It's like, what? Do you think just because you're fucking pointing that way, I'm just going to say, oh, you're fucking special?
Yeah.
Or you got the motherfucker that you tell them which way to go, they pull out, and they run over all your fucking cones completely into the other lane like they're not even there. It's like, you're fucking driving? Yeah. You're driving a car? You're a fucking moron. Pay attention. People, civilians, y'all are not the only people on the roadway. Walmart's not going to run out of shit, okay? Whatever you're doing is not that fucking important. Put your phone down.
I've got to get to CVS. I have to get to CVS.
Well,
you don't understand.
Their fucking cold sore medication will be there. They have extras in the back, okay?
I've just got to get there. Yeah, I've been
it's
there.
Just directing traffic is horrible. I've talked about it before. Motherfuckers we'll have a whole fucking road shut down, fucking barricades out there and everything, and they stop and say, I can't go that way. Yeah. You can go because you're fucking special. I don't know who the fuck you are, but you can go.
Working the games like you're going to be working tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You know, they have certain roads that you can't go past this road without a permit.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Permanent parking, yep.
You know, and guy comes up and says, hey, can I go through? It's like you look at him and you go, it's permitted parking up here. Yeah, but I need to get up here because... Go ahead, bro. And like a minute and 17 seconds later, they come back and they cuss you out. You know, I thought you said I could go through.
Yeah, you can. They're not going to let you park. They're going to send you
Yeah,
back
they're
out.
not. Yeah, but you're more than welcome to go through. Listen, let me move this barricade out the way because apparently this road being barricaded.
Yeah, you're special.
Had a wreck with the hurricane that came through the other night. They had a roadway that has barricades across both sides. There's a tree that's as big around as where we're sitting in the road. This dumb bitch goes around the barricade and runs her car up in underneath the tree. I'm not feeling sorry for you. the best thing that probably could have happened to you is that you would have died that night and been done. That you don't pollute the world anymore with your stupidity. You know what I'm saying?
She's probably got a whole litter of kids. You gonna
Oh, she was like 18 years old.
be surprised on this one. I pulled a guy over Tuesday for doing 72 and a 60, 12 over. He was nervous when I pulled him over. I got him at ease. He didn't have his license with him. He says, I said, well, where's your license? You suspended? No, he said, I got it taken. They gave me this temporary license. I'm like, well, fuck, man. I mean, barely ever do I take somebody's driver's license. Well, give it here. He hands it to me. Now, this was on the 20th of October. On the 18th of October, he received a citation in another jurisdiction for doing 99 and a 55.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like,
you don't have your license.
That's why you don't have your license. I said, look, this kid was at college. Just hope he's smart, book smart, because common sense he had at zero. And I did give him a break because that 99 and 55 is going to cost him
a lot
severely.
Yes.
So the Iceman melted us a little bit right there and gave this kid a break. And I hope he starts learning his lesson, because if he gets in a crash doing 99 and a 55,
yeah, bro,
he's going to be toast.
Yeah,
he's going to die. Somebody's going to be knocking on mommy and daddy's door.
That's too much.
Telling them, your son's not coming home no more because he killed himself because he's stupid.
You talk about traffic stops. I got if we got time, I have one more foot story.
Oh, we got to get the feet story. Yeah.
So
I hope it's like sexy women toes with like long black hair sticking off of them, with like
even better,
big long toenails with green stuff underneath. That's my favorite.
Even better. So Mongo.
Oh, Mongo! I told Mongo I ran into him. I told him we talked about him.
What'd he say?
Oh, really?
Did he tell you? Did you tell him the story?
No, he I think he was busy.
So Mongo, we're working this this area. He pulls over a car, and we're in this area, and so I'm heading that way, and he gets on the radio. He says, "Hey man, can you come over here?" So I'm thinking he's got some dope or something like that. Got 2 or 3 people in there in the car. So I show up, and when I pull up, there is this chick standing outside the car. She's about 5'10", 5'11".
Tall for a girl.
Yeah, she's got long brown hair. I mean, she was fine. I'm telling, this girl was fine. But she was young. She was probably 19 or 20 years old at the time. So as I'm getting out of the car, of course the spot's got everything lit up, and he's standing out. Mongo, he's tall.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's looking, kind of looking down at her. And so I get out, I'm like, man, what, I'm glad that he called me over here to see this fine specimen, because this chick is beautiful. And she was wearing little kind of like short shorts.
Is she a Daisy Dukes on?
Bro, her thighs, I still remember this because of what's coming next.
Watch out, I think your wife might listen to this, so you don't get in trouble.
Yeah, if I only had a wife.
Oh, you got one. That she's really going to kick your ass.
So, her thighs were like muscled up and just calf muscles, and just tan legs. So Mongo's standing there with his flashlight under his arm. And as he's talking to her, he starts kind of rolling the flashlight down the front of her body. And you can direct your flashlight, you can push it down or whatever you want to do. You're writing a ticket or whatever you're doing. So he's sitting there, he's talking to her, and as he pushes this thing down, It goes down to her feet. She's wearing flip-flops. And he shines it on her toes. And her toes look like somebody has taken a ball-peen hammer and beat her toes to death with them. Now, all this beauty from 2 inches behind her toes up to the top of her head is perfect. Her toes are so jacked up that I can't even focus on anything else. So this dickhead looks at me. He turns around and he smiles. He's got his shit-eating grin on his face again. And he looks at her and he says, "You play softball?" She says, "Yeah, I'm a catcher. How did you know?" And he looks back at me and he smiles and he says, "Just a lucky guess." I looked at him. I flipped him off. I went and got back in the car and I pulled off.
Just ruined it for you, huh?
It was horrible.
Just ruined it for you. You and them damn feet.
Up to that point, man.
You and them damn feet.
It was, ew. Yeah.
Well, I haven't talked about this one ever. A little short one. I've never talked about any of my crashes. I've been in a few crashes on being a motorist. My first crash I got into, this license sirens on, running a funeral, coming up traffic, going up to get a light to pull the traffic through. I saw this white van. I caught him out my peripheral. I watched him. Everything is happening in slow motion. I watched him wave. He waved the car out directly in front of me. First of all, that's why when people do that to me, they get pissed and I don't go because of that reason.
Right.
Anyway, I saw her come. It was a white Honda Accord. I tried to dodge it. She hit me in my upper area in a crash guard and hit me again as I was still trying to avoid it in the saddlebag. I came off the bike, went over the hood area of the car, landed in a roadway on my back. Well, I kind of Supermaned it and kind of took myself and rolled. Landed. I'm laying there, seeing if I can still feel my feet and everything else. And I'm bleeding from road rash because I slid, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I'm laying on my back. This blonde-headed girl, I think she was around 20-something years old, appears above me in little bitty Daisy Duke shorts, like a crop top, with big old fake titties and blonde hair. So at first I thought maybe I had died and actually went to heaven.
Thank you, Jesus.
And she's like, "Are you okay? I'm so sorry." She's the chick that just fucking run me over. And I stand up. Of course, I got blood running down both my arms from fucking road rash and shit. And I'm like, "Oh, are you okay?" And stuff like that. Well, my supervisor comes over and, the ambulance comes, check me, bring me to the hospital and check me out, stuff like that. He's like, "Dude," he's like, "if that would have been some dude or ugly chick that ran you over," he says, "you got up and been probably trying to beat the shit out of them just from running you over. And you standing up there asking her if she's okay and stuff. And, you just took the whole, I ripped the whole front bumper off this car." And he's like, "I got you." I said, "Well," he's like, "she wouldn't have been built like that."
It pays to be beautiful.
Yeah, it does pay. I didn't look at it. I never got to her feet. But yeah, I did get run over by that. Oh, I know I've been skipping my in the news story. I'm just going to do a quick one because this story is extremely long if I go to read it. Y'all might have heard about it. It wasn't, I think it was a week or two ago because I forgot to do it last weekend in Richmond, Virginia. And I don't know if you heard about this or not but Virginia legislature passed a bill preventing cops from stopping cars with no headlights and brake lights, etc. You've heard about that one?
Yes.
People.
Yes.
If y'all go read this fucking law, Bam actually sent it to me. We get a lot of drunks and shit doing that, and if I can't pull somebody, I don't live in Virginia, so it don't affect me, but if these cops can't pull people over for not having brake lights, loud mufflers, or objects dangling from their rearview mirrors, I guess that's a law in that state. That's not here. People don't realize when you have like 25 or 30 of the little air freshener Christmas trees hanging from your rearview mirror.
Probably got
It's
some weed.
usually a fucking hint because trying to keep the weed smell out, it don't fucking work.
It
Don't work at all. You can't. They're prohibited from pulling drivers over with expired inspection stickers unless they're over 3 months old or outdated registration plates.
I love it, bro. I am so glad Virginia is
Yes.
paving the way for anarchy.
They're no
I
longer
love it.
allowed to stop vehicles for not having their lights on at night.
Jesus Christ.
It's just there's all kind of shit in here. It is totally fucked up. It's
Democrats.
like no brake lights. Oh, you're just going down the road till somebody fucking rams into the back of them and somebody gets killed or something like that. These stupid motherfuckers in Virginia
I love it.
and all these other places. Y'all just keep going. Y'all just keep going. So when y'all do call because you're getting robbed, you're getting raped, or somebody's shooting at you, and you get this.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number. No further information
Yeah,
is available
that's what you're gonna fucking get.
911.
So if I lived in those areas,
Yeah.
I fucking move. I just fucking move.
That's insane, man.
Oh, they're doing all kinds. I'm so glad we don't live in one of those states like that. I feel sorry for them law enforcement guys there. Of course, they're all leaving anyway.
Yeah, I just, with everything that's going on, it's, in Virginia, the birthplace of our country, that area. 98% or 99% of all civil wars were fought within 100 miles of Richmond, Virginia. Most people don't realize that.
Turn into a shit show.
Yeah, and it's like, it is what it is, man. Hey, and I want to tell, say hello to Luva, as well. I know you said it earlier, but it's always cool to get somebody that appreciates what you do and what you say. And the thing about it is that all this shit's real life, man. I mean, this is just straight up.
No, nothing we talk about is made up, fictional, or anything like that. And it's shit that we see here and do.
Yeah.
I want to tell this one before we end up cutting this off to the end is the Tot did pull somebody over. Me and him were working together. I know he's my partner. He pulled a guy we're doing 55 and a 40 and 15 over. Well, he pulls this guy over, and I can see his face over there. When you work with somebody long enough, you can look at each other and just see each other's body language. You just know when somebody done pissed the fuck off of you.
Yeah.
And I'm way easier to piss off than he is. He's usually he's the guy that'll let you go way before I'll even think about it. But he pulled this motherfucker over he was on his cell phone, hands free, which don't have to be in a state, but he was hands free. Well, he pulls the guy over. He walks up to the window, and the guy. He says, I pulled you over for doing 55 and a 40. He's like, I need your driver's license, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, can you hold on a minute? I'm on the phone trying to add my kids to my insurance. He looked at him and was like, no. How about you give me your information and I'll write you a ticket and then you can finish your phone call. That's what we got to deal with. The people, because all this other shit going on, this motherfucker's going to ask the law enforcement to hold on while he finishes his fucking call. Yeah. Maybe he should have pulled over and did his call. Maybe he would have been fucking speeding. Hold on. Can you hold on to you? No, I can't fucking hold on. Guess what? You know what? You should have done this when you got to your office. You just drove into my fucking office.
Right.
So give me your shit.
Give me your shit.
I thought that shit was. I looked outside I seen him come around the car. I'm like, ooh. We had a uniform guy out there just hanging out with us, and I was like, oh, he's pissed. That dude's pissed him off. He's like, what do you mean? I said, I don't know what he did, but he's pissed off. I can see it in his face.
Oh, that would have sent me to orbit.
Can you hold on? Negative.
How about get out of this car before I drive my fist through your jaw?
Yeah, like that is negative right there.
Dumbasses.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
All right, people. I love having Doc Holliday on. He will be back.
Thank you so much.
Thank God no one's tried to hit him with their large baseball dick since the last episode.
Yeah, fortunate.
Or,
it's the little things.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
hopefully some You don't have to deal with no feet or nothing.
Jesus. I ain't even gonna be able to sleep tonight thinking about that
I hope,
shit.
just crusty feet. Just crusty feet. You ever seen them women walking around with their sandals on with their heels, and they're just white and nasty because they ain't used one of those side grinders they use on them and stuff like that to take the dead skin off? Yeah. It's horrible. I even lotion my elbows because I don't like to have the white flaky elbows and stuff like that. So I don't like it. And when it does get that, Bam's like, you're getting ashy. So I have the man lotion for my skin, and not for other things. It's the fast absorbing because I don't want to be greasy.
What kind
of lotion? And it smells like man. It's man lotion. It's not Lubriderm or the other lotion.
Lubriderm's pretty good.
I do not put the lotion on my skin like that. But anyway, we don't need to get on to my hygiene stuff because I don't want to be ashy. But look, people, no, not for that. If y'all, I appreciate some emails. Aiden had sent me another one. I'm going to email him back. The reason I didn't tell your story, I'm going to get in touch with you, or if you hear this before I email you back, if you would, I know you're not in law enforcement, that you used to work for security, but your stories are funny, and I'd love to have you as a call-in guest.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yes, he's in California, and if you'd like to get in touch with me by email or whatever, we can get numbers down. We can talk to each other, get everything set up, have you as a call-in guest if you would like to be. Just let me know one way or another. Any other firemen, first responders, jail people, dispatchers, any type of stuff like that, if you'd like to be a guest, or you'd just like for me to tell your story, you could just email me, and I will tell your story as best as I possibly can. Right. And like I said, I love getting emails. I will, as soon as I see your email, I will email you directly back myself. No one's emailing for me or anything like that. If you get an email from me, it's from me personally. I might be on duty sometimes when I'm doing all that stuff like that. I said, as soon as I see it, and as long as I'm not getting shot at or right in a crash or doing something like that, I email you back. You most likely get email back the same within a couple of hours, as long as I see it. And if you listen on Apple, iTunes, whatever, subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to. Rate and review us. Give me a 5-star or whatever. Write me a review. Help us move up on the list a little bit. And until next week, always remember to smile, because the Iceman could always be behind you.
I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made.